Good evening and welcome to another edition of Morehead Today. I'm your host, David Wright Gillum. On today's show, we have Patrick Langendorfer from Outdoor Recreation, as well as the winners of Monday night's Morehead Film Challenge. For a musical guest, we have Thomas Albert and Cody Pierman. Stay tuned, you're not going to want to miss this because this is Morehead Today.
Yo, why you looking at bags, bro? What you need is a chick magnet. You put me in the room and boom, chicks. That's what I'm talking about.
Welcome back to Morehead Today. Please welcome our first guest from Outdoor Recreation, Mr. Pat Langendorfer. How you doing?
How you doing, David?
Good to see you again.
Thanks for having me.
Well, thank you for coming on the show.
Absolutely.
So you are the new coordinator for the Outdoor Recreation, one of MSU's newest programs.
Right.
Can you tell us a little bit about what your role entails?
Definitely. My job is to coordinate and oversee the Outdoor Adventures area, which is a combination of a couple different programs. We do the Challenge course, which is right out in front of the Rec and Wellness Center. We also run backcountry trips and educational workshops and things, and also rent equipment out to students on campus. So camping gear or tents, backpacks, sleeping bags, anything you'd want for a weekend camping or a backpacking trip or anything.
Awesome. Did you have a little bit of transition to get into your role?
Yeah, definitely. At first it was really hard to figure out exactly what kind of decisions I really wanted to make, because it was coming into a new position. There was nothing there before, and I got to plan that out. But the challenge was there's so many different options, having a blank slate, that really had to pick and choose how I wanted everything to work out. A lot of other people don't get the opportunity to start their own program. Usually someone gets handed someone else's program for a job, and they sort of have to make adjustments to the current program, but there wasn't really a culture expecting anything out of this program, so I got to kind of set my own preferences for everything, which is great.
Exactly. Well, you bring up a good point, this being one of the newest programs on campus. What have you all been doing to really get outdoor recreation taking off?
Sure. In the summertime, we really didn't run any real programs as far as the trip side of anything. We did challenge coursework in the summertime. That's when groups really want to be on the course anyway. Started doing some trips in the fall. We did whitewater rafting and backpacking, which was great turnout for both of those. And wintertime was a little bit slower. Did a little more planning during that time, getting ready for spring semester. And we had a bunch of different trips this spring. We did Mammoth Cave trip, which the students said they really loved and enjoyed, and got some great pictures and good experience from that. Backpacking on spring break was a big hit as well. We had 7 students go along with me, and we did 35 miles in 5 days for backpacking, and stayed at a hostel at the end of it, which was really great. We got showers and got to sleep inside, and a nice big meal and everything at the end of the week. To really build the awareness on campus about our programs has been a big challenge, because we're trying to figure out the best way to get information to students. So we tried as many different things as we can think of. Have stuff on our website. We put flyers up on campus. We use the digital signage. We actually set up tents in front of ADUC. When people were walking by, we can hand out flyers and talk to them about our upcoming programs and things. So it's starting to take off. It's definitely a marathon, not a sprint. We just got to kind of keep building on the success and making sure people that come in our programs talk about everything else to the other students on campus and have more people coming through the door.
Cool. Well, we obviously have a lot more to talk about, but we have to take a short commercial break.
Great.
We will be right back with more with Mr. Pat Langendorfer. Stay tuned.
Yo, why you looking at bags, bro? What you need is a chick magnet. You put me in the room and boom, chicks. That's what I'm talking about.
Welcome back to Morehead Today. We are chatting with Outdoor Recreation Coordinator Mr. Pat Langendorfer. Thank you again for coming on the show.
No problem.
We were talking a little bit about the events that you all have had so far. Have you all had a really good turnout of students that are coming to these events?
Yeah, definitely, especially with a new program where students really don't know about all the things we're doing yet, and we're struggling to make sure everyone really knows what's going on campus and trying to get the word out there. A lot of times for new programs, they have a significant number of trips and events that just don't have anyone sign up for them, so they get canceled right away, which isn't a great way to have the trips go. Immediately you want people to be able to go and share their experiences with other people. We haven't had that problem at all so far. It's been really nice to see just friends talking to other people on campus and saying, hey, this sounds like a really cool trip, or a lot of people are talking about their past experiences with us already, and that really helps going forward with the next events and trips that we're running.
What are some of your long-term goals for outdoor recreation? Where do you see the program going from here?
Yeah, it's an interesting question because there are so many different ways that it really could work. I think my biggest preference is to have students really run the program. I want the biggest thing for me about being an undergrad was I worked for a program similar to this at Bowling Green State University, and I really got a lot out of the experience, learning how to work with other people and administer trips and making sure that risk management things were taken care of at a 19 or 20-year-old experience. That's a big deal for the first time. A lot of people are getting their first job while they're in college, so providing that experience for students that worked for me would be a really, really important part for me. Also, the good thing is that I don't have to do quite as much work then. Everybody else gets to share in the experience and kind of learning more about the program, so that if I have a sick day, things are still working the way they need to, and then students are really getting more experience out of that, not just as participants, but as the staff members too. So that's the biggest thing for me. I think bigger trips across the country, possibly some international experiences would be really nice long term, but that's something that takes a lot more planning and coordination with the rest of the university about as well.
What benefits do you see from outdoor recreation that would have on the students or faculty and staff as well? Sure,
there's a lot of great benefits that come from even just going on a hike. Even if people aren't going on trips or doing the programs that we're running, there's a lot of great things that can be had from being outdoors. One of the biggest things is just, it's obviously the health benefits of, going backpacking. You're burning a ton of calories, and just getting exercise and being outside, kind of away from the modern technology and conveniences and things. So not only just being more healthy in general, but you can become more resilient. You start to be able to depend on yourself for more things, like learning how to do primitive skills and understand the things that you need to do ahead of time for trips, and paying attention to all those little things that we take a lot for granted during everyday life. I always get amazed on the way back from a trip when a light switch works, and you're like, oh, I don't need batteries to make lights or light a fire to be able to do this anymore. So
yeah.
It's also just one of those things that helps build community. When you're spending time with people on a trip, you learn a lot more about them than you would in a normal everyday life in a 50-minute class, or just kind of saying hi to people in the hallway.
Yeah.
You really get to know people really well. So
for sure.
Yeah.
Well, that's all the time we have, but we thank you again so much for coming on the show and talking to us a little bit about this, and we wish you the best of luck with your program.
Thanks a lot. Appreciate it.
We'll be right back after this short break.
The Eagle Sports Coaches Show with your host, Jason Blanton, covering all the latest news in Morehead sports such as men's basketball with Coach Sean Woods, women's basketball with Coach Tom Hodges, and spring sports such as baseball with Coach Mike McGuire and softball with David Williams. So for the latest news with Morehead sports, be sure to tune in every Tuesday at 6 p.m. on 96.3 FM, channel 77 every Wednesday at 6, or on our YouTube channel, YouTube/MSU Eagle Athletics.
Welcome back to Morehead Today. Our next guests are the winners of Monday night's Morehead Film Challenge. We have Tyler McDaniel, Haley Murphy, and Hardy Breeding. Congratulations to you all, and thank you for coming on the show.
Thanks for having us.
Now, Tyler, you and Haley actually won first place in the competition, and Hardy, your team won second place in the competition, correct? Mm-hmm. Tell me a little bit about what it took, Tyler, to get your film put together.
Well, we had a business meeting at La Finca, and Mike Clark, who was the other head on the film with me, he had a concept that I thought was cool and fun and funny, so we did it.
And can you tell a little bit more about that concept?
Okay, yeah, I can definitely do that. It's about Haley here is an alien who crash lands on Earth. She comes from planet Diabetes, and she basically turns people into cake. And
okay.
That's pretty much it.
Okay. Well, we have a clip coming up here in a little bit of that film. Haley, tell me a little bit about what it took for you to step into the shoes of an alien here. And
it was really difficult for me because I'm not a very serious person, so keeping a straight face was really difficult and trying to be spooky. But it was actually a lot of fun, and I really enjoyed it, and it was kind of neat to be in a silent film, made acting a lot easier.
I watched the film during the meeting, and I just noticed you were eating quite a bit of cake. Did you have like a sugar buzz going on?
I don't want to eat cake anymore for a long time.
Well, Hardy, tell me a little bit about your production. How did it go?
It went very well. It's a film called Dear Dictator, and it's just about three of the world's dictators. They get together, and they plot out a way to eliminate the president, who is played by New Center's own Don Young.
Cool. Well, how much time did you all put into actually planning, shooting, and editing the entire film?
We didn't really write out a script. We kind of had a bunch of notes of scenes we were going to do, and then we just winged it. And then we started shooting, well, we got our props and stuff, and started shooting at like 10 or 11 on Friday. Took a rest. Started shooting again on Saturday at 11 a.m. Finished at 10 p.m., edited till 6 a.m., and then the next day we scored it and put finishing touches on it.
Cool. Hardy, what about you?
Well, we wrote it till about 3 in the morning. We were having a little trouble getting ideas together, and then we gathered them all, put it together. We started shooting about 9:30 or 10 on Saturday, probably shot till about 6, I'd say. And then I edited from about 8 p.m. to 9 a.m. on Easter Sunday. So it was a long haul, but it was very much worth it.
Sounds like a very sleepless weekend for the three of you.
Definitely.
Cool. Well, we have a clip from the winning teams and the second place, so we're going to take a look at that right now. Guys, congratulations again on doing so well in the competition, and your films looked amazing. So thank you all for coming on the show.
Thanks for having us.
Stay tuned. We'll be right back after this break with our musical guest. Welcome back to Morehead Today. We're here with our musical guests, Mr. Cody Pierman and Mr. Thomas Albert. Once again, thank you guys for coming on the show.
Thanks for having us.
Now, you all are from the Kentucky Center for Traditional Music, and you all are about to enter some kind of contest, I understand?
Oh yeah, me and Thomas and a few other people from the Kentucky Center for Traditional Music are going to be going to Elizabethtown, Kentucky this summer. I think it's the first Saturday of June, and we're going to get a little band together and play in the Kentucky State Fiddle Contest, which they have a bluegrass band competition also, as well as banjo and mandolin and guitar and stuff like that. We're all going to, I guess, give our shot at the state title on as far as the bluegrass band goes. So.
Cool. Awesome. Well, we wish you guys the best of luck.
Thanks.
What song are we going to play first?
How about Big Spike Hammer?
Awesome.
All right.
All righty, guys. Without further ado, Cody Pierman and Thomas Albert. Here they go.
Can't you hear the whistle of my big spike hammer? Lord, it's busting my side. Well, I've done all I can do to keep that woman. Still, she's not satisfied. Hey, hey, tell me, why do you treat me this way? Hey, hey, tell me, I'll get even someday. I'm the best hammer swinger in this big section gang. Big Bill Johnson is my name. Lord, this hammer that I swing for $1.50 a day, it's all for my Della Mae. Hey, hey, Della Mae, why do you treat me this way? Hey, hey, Della Mae, I'll need you someday. I've been lots of places, there's not much I ain't done. There's still a lot I'd like to see. Lord, this hammer that I swing for the woman that I love, it's won't be the death of me. Hey, hey, Della Mae, why do you treat me this way? Hey, hey, Della Mae, I'll be someday. Big spike hammer, big spike hammer.
How does my Morehead State help me?
How does my Morehead State help me?
How does my Morehead State help me?
Email SkyDrive Blackboard references.
Calendars, maps, news, weather.
It helps me connect with my students in and out of class.
It provides me with a tool to succeed in academics and tennis.
Using my Morehead State helps me to stay productive and organized.
Welcome back to Morehead Today. Please welcome our next guest, our segment producer, Mr. Travis Burgess. Hey, good to see you again, Travis.
Good to be here.
Coming on. So, Travis, your segment this week is about a trip that you took to New York City over spring break.
Yes. Every year, the BCM offers an alternative to fall and spring breaks, basically service projects. And this year, we went to New York City, spent the week. We left early Saturday morning, came back. We got back early the next Saturday morning. And the whole week we just spent serving the homeless or shut-ins or helping out with the hurricane relief.
Cool. Well, let's take a look at that package right
now.
During spring break, the Baptist Collegiate Ministry here at Morehead State University sent 35 students along with their campus minister to New York City. These students spent their week serving the homeless, shut-ins, and Hurricane Sandy victims.
We had 4 days worth of work, and the first 2 days we did soup kitchens and homeless shelters, and really all of the normal programs that go on every day in New York City is what we were a part of, and we helped out in those areas. We split up into 4 teams. Each team had about 9 or 10 people, and so we all went to different locations and did that sort of work, all while talking to people, all while interacting with people on the subway and staying in that mindset of we're here to encourage people, we're here to show love to people. And then the next 2 days we did Hurricane Sandy relief. We worked with a group called the Red Hook Volunteers, and they were a really free-spirited group of people. But we just helped them with whatever they asked us to do. Some people were scraping mold, some people were stacking wood or chopping wood for them to use in their stoves. Some people were just scraping rust so they could paint a fence. It was just all sorts of different tasks that they asked us to do. Also throughout the week we visited different churches, and we let our students experience just a different style of church than we might be used to. And as much as it was a mission trip and it was an opportunity to serve, it was also educational. It was also an opportunity to learn, and so I wanted our students to be able to experience that too. It's a great experience. It's definitely life-changing, rather than just sitting on a beach and being about yourself, which it is good to have time for yourself. It is good to cater to yourself in certain instances, but it's also good for the majority of your life to kind of let go of your selfishness and to be able to serve other people. We were able just to serve, and we were able to humble ourselves and to grow as people, and these are experiences that most people don't get to have, most people don't really care to have, but it's something that we gain a perspective that no one else is really going to have. With a larger group, we were able to accomplish more. We were able to meet more people, affect more people, and that's what we were really about. And I also think that the more people that went, that's more lives that we impacted, in our own lives. Like, we had 37 students that are going to be changed forever. I think they had a huge impact on the people, just simply showing that they cared. I mean, it's not something that's normal for a group of Kentucky college students to go to New York and spend their spring break, serving meals and chopping firewood and helping people out. So I think more than anything, our actions spoke more than our words. Now, however, we were able to talk to several different people and just kind of lift them up and to encourage them, and that's really why we were there. And so we were able to minister the gospel to 6 people, and 6 people got saved, and that's eternal rewards for everyone involved. And so we had a tremendous impact, and it was awesome to see.
Well done, Travis. Thank you again for doing that for us, and we will be right back after this short break. Welcome back to Morehead Today, and we are here again with our musical guests, Mr. Cody Pierman and Mr. Thomas Albert. Guys, what song are we going to do next?
Well, we'd like to do a Bob Wills number called Deep Water.
Can't wait to hear it.
All right.
I'm drifting into deep water. I'm starting to care for you. You're getting me in deep water. Be careful what you do. You want romance and I'm seeking love. I know I'll regret it when it ends. Oh, I'm winding up in deep water. Why can't we still be friends? I'm restless in this deep water. I'm caught between right and wrong. My love's as true as deep water. Your love won't last as long. Where will it lead me and where will it end? I can't help, wish I only knew. I'm winding up in deep water, so deep in love with you, so deep in love with you.
Looking for a place to study? Come on down to the Camden Carroll Library across from ADUC on the campus of Morehead State University. The Camden Carroll Library has a wide variety of resources to suit your academic needs, including a large selection of reference books and academic journals, a new expanded computer lab to ensure the availability of online materials, a helpful staff to help you locate what you need, as well as an in-house coffee shop to aid those late-night study sessions. So make your place to study the best place to study. Visit the Camden Carroll Library, open 7 days a week.
And that's going to do it for another edition of Morehead Today. Special thanks to our guests, Pat Langendorfer, as well as the winners of Monday night's Morehead Film Challenge, and our musical guests, Mr. Cody Pierman and Mr. Thomas Albert. Be sure to tune in same time, same place next week, right here on MSU TV Channel 77. Guys, play us out.